right, welcome everyone to 212, your weekly dose of inspiration, training, motivation, all kinds of fun things. If you're new, comment new, welcome to 212. This is where we kind of turn our heat up an extra degree, take our business just to the next step. If you're brand new, welcome to the Bullet Train. Here's our mission statement where we empower and equip consultants for success. And we're inspired by the magic of the Red Ruby Slippers. And we embrace the truth that you had the power all along, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. And here we love and appreciate you for who you are. And welcome to the number one team in all categories there ever was in Pampered Chef. So we'll skip past that. But if you want to learn the story of the Bullet Train, you can scan the QR code. You can also go to the Bullet Train Facebook group, go to the top, click the featured section, watch all about of how we were made and how we came about. If you're a new consultant, please check the messenger with your recruiter, see what new consultant step you're on, and get to 10. Get to 10. We want you to be successful. So set a goal to get through all 10 new consultant steps. So you can reach out to your recruiter right now and say, hey, what step am I on? Let's get back on track. Or if you want to restart, it's a great way to restart that way as well. If you need access to our number one system, our calendar access, scan the QR code, and I'll keep dropping the passwords in the chat as well. And you can request access to it. All right. If you're on the phone, you're on the go a lot, I definitely recommend downloading the Boards app so you can easily run your business from your phone as well. If you're looking for some extra accountability, please join our DMO sessions. They can be live. They can also be just for accountability group in our Telegram. Download the free app Telegram, and you can find an awesome community to work alongside with. All right. On Monday, we're starting over with our basic training series. So I know I always say the wrong series. I don't know, whatever, German accent, Italian accent. But anyways, call number one, we're going to talk about how to launch your business. So if you want to restart, that's a great call for you as well. We'll see you Monday at 7. And then 8 o'clock, we're going to talk about how to make more money and how to promote to director. By the way, if you promoted to director this month, put in the chat. I know we had a ton of new directors this month, and we're just going to keep on growing. And if you want to earn your $100 cash bonus or your $400 cash bonus, especially if in your first 90 to 180 days, then listen up. This cash bonus is for you, and we would love to have you on our director team. You get Red Ruby Slippers if you're in my first 3 line. No worries. Every executive has fabulous extra things as well. You get extra money. You get extra incentive trip points. You get a bigger product discount. You get recognized at conference. Let me tell you that May is the last month to promote to director and attend conference and get to cross the national stage and have us all in the crowd being like, "Hey," right? Taking pictures of you. So May is your last month. So we like to call May Director by Conference month. So if that means it's you, put Director by Conference in the chat and let's go full force so we can cheer you on at conference. You also get director boxes, you earn product samples, all these fun things. So if you know you want to be our next director, comment next. Fill up your calendar, tell your recruiter, and they can help you get there as well. This is our mission for this year, is to show everyone that together we are unlimited and together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been, because every single one of you guys deserves the chance to fly and take your business to the next level. If you need some Bullet Train merch, the t-shirt will be our conference t-shirt. You can scan the QR code right now and get your t-shirt or sweatpants. People are loving the sweatpants, right? So let's kick it off with some personal development, and Cindy is going to read to us for a couple of minutes.
All right, building real confidence. A big mistake people make is thinking that confidence is a matter of personality. Confidence just means that you believe in yourself, your ideas, and your capabilities. Anyone can learn how to become more confident. It's not a personality trait, it's a skill. You may have an extroverted personality and talk a lot, but that doesn't mean you are confident. The most vocal person in the room might be really insecure and only says what he thinks will make him look good. Look no further than me. For a long time, I was loud and bossy, but I felt insecure in myself, my ideas, and my abilities. The quietest people you know might actually be the most confident. Your best friend, who's an introvert, might believe in her ideas with great confidence and get annoyed when you don't ask her about them. but she's afraid of speaking up because her face turns red. She isn't lacking confidence in her ideas. She just needs a little courage to push through her fear of being judged for having rosy cheeks. I had an experience that illustrates the connection between confidence, courage, and personality. It also will show you once again the authentic pride you feel when you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to push yourself outside your comfort zone. Recently, I had a chance to speak at Cisco Systems, the largest networking technology and service company in the world. A few months later, I was invited back to give a similar talk, this time to a senior engineering group. When I arrived for that second talk, a man came up to me and as I was setting up with the AV team. He was so excited to see me and greeted me with warm embrace of an old friend. Being from the Midwest, I love nothing more than a good hug. He could hardly contain his excitement and said that he had something so exciting to tell me about the rule. He had seen me speak at Cisco Live several months back. During that speech, as I often do, I gave the audience a homework assignment using the 5-second rule. Introduce yourself to 3 strangers today using the 5-second rule. Then I explained how I wanted them to do this assignment. Pay attention to your instincts and the moment that you feel drawn towards someone. That's the push moment. Grab it. Start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and start walking toward the person within 5 seconds before your mind talks you out of it. Next, I explained to the audience that they can expect what they can expect when they try this simple homework assignment. The moment that they see someone they'd like to meet, their minds will fill up with a million excuses for why they shouldn't walk over and introduce themselves. Oh, wait, they're talking to other people, and I don't want to be rude. She looks busy, so I'll catch her later. He's looking at his phone, so I don't want to interrupt. There's not a lot of time, so I'll do it at the next break. And all of those things you think they aren't true. Instead, it's your brain trying to derail you. After my new engineering friend recapped my own assignment, he then described what had happened to him. After my speech at Cisco Live, he was out in the hallway and he had a push moment. John Chambers, Cisco's CEO, walked by the group of senior leaders. Now you must understand, John Chambers is a legend at Cisco, and from all accounts, he was a really great guy. Chambers was the CEO for 20 years, and the very next day, it was going to be announced that he would be stepping down as CEO and that Chuck Robbins would be taking over. So my new friend, the engineer, was standing in the hallway, fresh from learning the 5-second rule. He saw Chambers and his instincts fired up. He immediately had the urge to introduce himself and thank Chambers for inspiring him, along with letting him know the pride that he felt being an engineer at Cisco. He told me that he knew he should do it, and he tried to push himself, but he froze. He exclaimed that he felt paralyzed, adding that he is an introvert, and this sort of thing doesn't come naturally to him. The moment passed, his hero disappeared down the hall, and he spent the remainder of the day berating himself for not taking his shot to meet him. But luckily, that's not the end of the story. The next morning, my new friend was jogging next to the San Diego Bay in Embarcadero Park in downtown San Diego. This beautiful bike path along the marina was, as usual, filled with runners, cyclists, and walkers. He had his earphones in and was listening to music, taking it all in. And all of a sudden, who do you think was ahead of him in the path? That's right, John Chambers. Chambers was alone. He had his headphones on and he's jogging too. My friend told me that he knew this was it. Now or never, he said. I was immediately concerned that I would be interrupting his time to himself and that it would be rude. But I caught myself hesitating and started counting down. 5, 4, 3. He sped up to catch Chambers, tapped him on the shoulder, apologized for interrupting, and then explained how he had always wanted to personally thank him for an incredible career he had at Cisco. The two men stopped jogging and started to talk through the Embarcadero together. According to my friend, Chambers was delighted and engaging. They discussed all kinds of topics, work, life, and even an idea that my friend had related to a project he was working on. At the end of the talk, Chambers shook his hand, thanked him for introducing himself, and gave the engineer the name of the senior person in the organization in charge of innovation. Use my name and tell him we spoke and that I wanted you to share your idea with him, Chambers said. My new friend was beaming bright enough to light up the room. He told me the story. It was the highlight of my career, Mel, and if it hadn't been for the 5 second rule, it never would have happened. I cannot thank you enough.
Oh, what a good story. So how can you build your confidence, right? Introducing yourself to a stranger. I like when you said that, like that's exactly what happens when you're like, oh, should I say something? Do I not say something? It's okay. I'll just won't say anything, right? Like anybody do that? I do that all the time. So, yeah. So confidence. How can you grow your confidence? Thank you so much, Cindy. And I think we have a book for next month if somebody wants to drop that in the chat. You can start getting that book and working on your personal development. All right, our testimony for tonight is somebody that many of you guys know and love. She's been with us for a long time. She joined us in 2018. She just wanted the small kids. She didn't want to do anything, but somehow she's still here. So she's going to tell you a little bit about her story. And last year, she made $21,000. So I'm excited for you guys to hear from one of our advanced directors, Deneen Homa. She's going to tell you a little bit about her story and then give you her best success tips. Deneen, you in the house?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sure can.
Okay. I'm Janine for those that don't know me. As Claudia said, I've been around for some time now. She was asking me for 3 years, and I was just about to block her when she told me that virtual was finally an option, so I gave it a try. I met her at Fort Drum, at one of the spouses' luncheons that she was set up at, and I got her booked to do a freezer meal workshop, I think it was, and she's a fantastic demonstrator. So when I finally joined, when I finally said yes, I told her not to expect much. I was going to be a kidnapper. She handed me the 30-page doc that we all got when we joined back then. I was way overwhelmed, so I didn't do anything. Um, I was just like, it was just over my head. So my launch party, she ran my launch party for me. It did great. I wasn't expecting any money, to be honest. I just wanted the products. So I was like, oh, okay, well, this could work. So I was a bit lost. I started watching everybody else. I started attending the trainings. You guys hear that? I started attending the trainings and I started earning money. I started listening to Claudia. I started recruiting. I did not want to recruit. I started recruiting
I
and was
can't
promote.
hear anything.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're good.
Okay. And was promoted to director in about 4 to 6 months after I joined. I'm not sure what the timeline was, but we promoted to advanced director. And during the pandemic, we reached senior director. After that, we lost a couple titles, like a bunch of us did after the pandemic, but we always maintained director. This March, we promoted back to advanced director, and I was happy to help a consultant on my team promote to director. And this month in April or March, we promoted back to advanced director. And this month, I helped a consultant on my team promote to team leader. Sorry. Personally, Claudia asked me to touch base with that a little bit. I battle with chronic health issues. I have chronic pain, typically a level 8 on any given day. I've had both hips replaced, both knees replaced, all before the age of 40. Spine needs fused. I just had my ankle fused in January. I'm my daughter's full-time ASD and MH advocate. We've had many military moves and a move after my husband retired from the military that we weren't expecting to do just to be closer to family. I was my dad's caregiver in his final years. We just lost my dad. It'll be a year in May, May 19th. I lost my mom 13 years ago in May 9th. So I'm not telling you this for pity. I'm just saying that this job isn't hard. It's work, but it's not hard. And if I can do this, so can you. So, it's all depending on what you want to do and what you want to make of it. Yeah, I've had some really lean years, but, I've got a busy life. My family does come first. but I also make it work. This month I've sold $7,000, you know, almost $7,500 myself. Um, we were in rebuild month this, I can't believe it was April. We still sold over 12, almost $20,000. You can do it if you want to, do something. My three recommendations, if you want this to work for you, make a schedule, make it a priority if you want this to work. Find your why, dig deep. Mine is my family, which most people's, it is their family. To help our pay for our son's wedding in September and for our house, if ever it starts, if we ever get it started to build, um, get out of your own way. That's hard for me because I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn. Get out of your own way. Training takes an hour of your time. Can you give up Netflix or maybe put an earbud in, watch your TV, um, listen to the training? The training is that Claudia and the rest of our leaders give us. People would pay for this stuff. Why not attend it? Why not listen to it? Why not just, even if you just grab one thing, attend the trainings, attend the DMOs. Even if you have to watch the replays on the DMOs, watch them. Really, people, this stuff is free. It's given to us. Um, just do the things. If you want this business, it's not hard, but it is work. And honestly, you've joined the best team that anybody could ask for, and we've got the best leaders. So if you want it, it's there. And you know, I can't say enough about it, and I know Claudia has probably banged her head more than once with me. But I appreciate her, and I appreciate everything that this team has given us. And that's my story.
Is a little stubborn, a little feisty sometimes, but we do love her. So give it up for Denise. Thank you.
We love our feisty Deneen.
Yay, Janine. Love you.
Nice testimony.
Love you, Deneen.
Yeah, and she's been around for a while, so she's seen all the ups, all the downs, the lowest of lows, the highest of highs, and like Leah Privet always says, just ride the wave. It always works out. So thank you so much, Denise. And I'm glad you didn't block me. You've never said that before, so I was like, oh, that's a new one. Okay, so I'm glad you didn't block me. So that's good. So, anyways, thank you so much for sharing your testimony with us tonight. All right, we are going to talk some numbers. Okay, it is time. Anybody need help with bookings? Anybody need help with getting all their messages out, doing all the things, booking some parties for the second quarter into summer? We have no other. One of our favorite teachers, Executive Director Laura Mitchell, and she's going to talk. And it's a take. So, Laura, it's all you.
Okay, I'm going to share screen. Hello, everybody. Let's see if I can.
Hey, missed you.
Hello. All right, let me figure out how to. Hang on. It's cool. I don't have to do this many buttons. Okay, can you see? Okay, cool. Can you tell I'm a teacher? All right. So let's play the booking game because I'm going to tell you doing the same thing over and over and over. I need to make it a game. Anybody else out there like, I don't want to send any more messages. It's not fun. Well, you got to make it fun because it's not going to go away. And it's the only way to build your business. Okay. Let me figure out how to change. Let's see if it'll turn. Okay. There we go. Awesome. Round one. You ready? All right. We're gamers in this family. Okay, what is a full schedule? If you are a consultant, a full schedule is 4 to 6 parties a week. If you are a director, 8 to 10 and more, and more, and more, and more. Why do you have a full schedule of 4 to 6 or 8 to 10 parties? Because you should have a host that you flip to join your team. You are going to have reschedules and the dreaded ghost. Has anyone had a ghost? Yeah, how many ghosts do you have this week? Nope, Brenda's never had a ghost. Lucky girl. All right. Here we go. So, how do you build a full schedule? All right. The reality is 80 to 100 messages equals one booking. One booking. Okay? Yes, that is crazy. All right? But those are the numbers. All right? 45 messages a day should be new messages that you're sending out that first gift box, little box. Okay? And then 44 or more follow-ups daily after that. Okay? How many of you recognize those little emojis? Anybody recognize those little emojis? If you don't and you're new, please reach out to your upline. They can help you with that. That's our code. Okay, here we go, round 2. All right, our goals. So what will it take? It's going to take you setting a daily booking goal and not going to bed before you get it. Okay, so if you are new to getting regular bookings, you're not getting a booking every single day, you should be going for that. You're novice, you should go for 1 booking a day. Okay, starting with 5 bookings a day when you're not getting regular bookings, you're setting yourself up. Okay, so make sure that if you are new to Pampered Chef or new to getting regular bookings, that you are going for 1 a day and you don't go to bed until you get there. If you're intermediate, you're going for 2 a day. And if you're expert level and you're trying to grow and blow up your business, going for 3 to 5, okay, a day is the way to go. But you don't go to bed until you get there. Okay, round 3. We're going to track. This is my favorite, okay? Because I'm a nerd and I love to track because the numbers don't lie, all right? There are tons of ways to track. And those of you that know me know I am green and green and green and green and green, and I love a spreadsheet, okay? But I'm gonna be honest, I have other ways that I track as well because there are times when I get busy and I don't have time to keep up with my spreadsheet. Okay. So we'll start with my spreadsheet. Okay, this was made by the spreadsheet queen, which is Lori Woodford. And both Loris on our team, Lori Bedwell and Lori Woodford, are both spreadsheet queens. This is just Lori Woodford's version, and you can scan the QR code to get that. And then I'm going to add, let me see if I can do this and not completely lose my way. Okay, let me find my Zoom. You know what, I'll have to throw Howard's in there in a minute. I can't figure out how to find my Zoom. Okay, we'll come back. All right, cool. So the way this spreadsheet works, and I'm just going to give you the basics because those of you that are not spreadsheet friends have already tuned me out. So on the front page, we have all of our hosts, and then it links to a page along the bottom. And did you know that when you put the welcome post up in your party, that you can literally highlight everybody's name all at once and put them into a spreadsheet? And then when I click on this, which I can't right now, but when I click on Michelle, it'll take me to her Facebook page. Did you know that? Like, I didn't have to copy paste each person in there. It's just literally I copied the entire welcome post and it went in there. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the bookings here. So that green line down the middle, and then this is my Everyone Wins. And then my little hand, I need to change my dog to the little eyeballs because we've switched to eyeballs because Facebook likes that better. Okay, and I'm going through and I'm looking to cross out every single person in one way. They're either blacked out because they booked, or they're crossed out because I have gone through all of my follow-ups. Okay, pretty cool, right? All right, but if that is not your jam, tracking, there are tons of ways to do this. So here's another version of my tracking, and it's literally like just like I can't even, no, there it is. Okay, it's literally sitting in front of me. Okay, so what I do is I like pink pad of paper because it's cute, and then I just put the day on the left side, and then this little number is when I got blocked on Facebook. Okay, because my Facebook, and I know we all have like our own versions of Facebook, but my Facebook goes exactly on the 24 hours when I'm blocked. Exactly 24 hours later, I can send messages, which is pretty cool. So in the middle, I have my bookings. You can see I had a little lull there. So I either didn't track or I didn't get any bookings. That was probably over the weekend when it got crazy. Okay. But I needed to beef it up afterwards to get my numbers back up. So over on this side, on the right side, these are all the people that are like, yes, I will book a party, but never gave me their information. Okay, so that's just a quick way that I can have a running tally of all the people that said they were going to book, and all I need to do is like cross them out when they've booked. Okay, then another version of my tracking is my calendar. Okay, and I keep this, that's literally over here. Okay, because I want to see how many bookings am I getting by the week. Okay, so these little hash marks, like under Wednesday, the little hash marks there are the number of bookings that I got per day. Okay, and I started kind of low with 4 bookings on that first week, and I didn't like it. Okay, but remember that a booking each day gives you 7 a week. That's 7 new parties. That could be like thousands of dollars in sales. Okay, so I put a little hash mark. Okay, but I went from 4 to 11, from 8. So that was that same week that I kind of showed you on my pink paper. There was a big old gap in there. Okay, which took me some time to recover from, and then I got 16. Okay, 16 bookings in a week. That will absolutely change your schedule. Okay, and then it's just ramped up from there, except for today where I've only got 1. So I'm going to be up for a little while after our call to get that finished. Okay, next, let's see. All right, so how many of you have seen all of these emojis? Have you guys seen, has everyone put it in the chat? All right, are you a 10 and you know exactly what the emojis mean? Are you like 5 and you're like, they look cute, but I don't know what they mean? Okay, or are you 1 and you just joined and you're like, that looks really cute, but what do I do with it? Okay, if you don't know what to do with emojis, make sure that you reach out to your upline and ask them what those mean, because on our calendar, this is our tracking system. Okay, so another way that you can track is looking through your messenger to see where you left off with the emojis. So our first emoji, which I forgot to put in there, is actually the little present. Okay, and what I do is I go in and look for all my little presents, and then I need to send this one if the present is still viewing. Okay, then the next day after that, I need to send the eyeballs. All right, if they respond to the present, then I need to send this one, the little party hat, which is like, woohoo, you saw my message, and then so on. Okay, and then those of you that know me know I am like the master of squirreling. Okay, especially after a long day at school with middle schoolers. My like lack of attention is like, you know, off the charts. So my reminder to you is the minute I start my messages, I turn every notification off. Okay, I turn off my computer, I turn off my phone, I turn off everything, because I need to make sure that I am laser focused to get all of my messages out, or else I'll start looking at cat memes. Okay, next is, this is for accountability. This is what my messenger looked like this afternoon. Okay, so you can see all of these little emojis are in here, and that tells me tomorrow what step I need to take. So if there's a green emoji and a birthday cake, I need to have the birthday cake and the orange emoji next, like tomorrow. Okay, so we're following up by the 24 hours based on the colors. So I like to think of it as a stoplight. I start with green for go, and then I start whittling backwards, because if they don't reply to my green, then I need to go to orange, and then I need to go to red. Okay, so I'm following the colors kind of our stoplight. Okay, so tomorrow when I go in, I have a various set of ways that I can track my messages and make sure that I'm staying on track. Okay, so hopefully one of those works for you. For me, I just kind of like to have different options because I get roadblocked. So, or, you know, I'm tired when I get home. Okay, so health. Has anyone ever been out there, like they've been there and they're like, I have no one else to message? Literally, I have messaged every single person on my Facebook. I have sent them all a birthday message. I have sent every single person everywhere. I am sure that I have messaged everyone. Okay, well, here are some places to go. All right, one place that you can go is the member list in each one of your parties likely has 3 times the number, if not more, of people that have been invited but have not accepted. Okay, so if I have, let's say that's like a perfect host and she has her 50 people in the party, which is, not always the way it goes. She probably had to invite 700 people to get 50 people in there. Okay, that's 700 people that I haven't talked to yet. Okay, that could keep me busy for a long time. Now, my goal is to focus on the people that are in the party. Okay, but when I run out and it's not time for my next party to send messages there, that gives me a huge number of people to focus on. Okay, the next thing that you can do when you have run out of messages is you can tweak the everyone wins message for a friends list drawing. Okay, use the little the little present, and then maybe put like a little person after it. Then it's like your everyone wins, but that it's your friend list. Okay, and then just tweak one of the words in there and just say for my friends list instead of the party drawing or whatever. Okay, another thing that you can do is go into your old parties and tweak the message for a second chance drawing. So maybe what you do is you take the little present and you put a second next to it. Okay, and then put the regular message and just tweak it a little bit. Another thing is, and one of my directors just recently did this and it blew up her calendar. Friends, she texted for people that had ordered. Like literally with her phone, not on Messenger, sent a text message. She's not a Project Broadcast user, okay? She texted people and she got a huge, huge, huge response from that, okay? Sometimes you got to go old school, all right? So if you're not reaching out to tell people thank you for their orders, maybe that's what you start with, okay? Start with it today. Got a couple of orders, send them a text message and say, hey, this is Laura from Pampered Chef. Thank you so much for your order. Because then you're opening up that conversation. Okay? And then check to see, did you actually message every guest and every person with a birthday? Did you actually? Because I would imagine that there have been weeks, like my middle of the week last week, where there was like a big old hole in my bookings where you thought you did everything, but maybe you missed 50 people, okay? And 50 people, that could blow up your calendar. All right. Next up is, oh my gosh, I'm blocked. Has anyone ever been blocked? Okay, I get blocked every day. All right, so it's just the name of the game. It's the game that we have to play, and we don't have a choice about it, and it'll change tomorrow. The rules have changed every single day, okay, and we never know what we're going to have. And one of the most important things is, and I forgot to put it on the slide, is to make sure that you are feeding your Facebook. Okay, so people don't want to hear all of the things about Pampered Chef. They want to know about you. Okay, your Pampered Chef things are very interesting, but they want to know you're a real person. They want to know if you have a family. They want to know if you have a dog. They want to know what you did for the weekend. They want to know what you're eating. They want to know what you're wearing. They want to know like the latest hair thing that you're using. All of those things are important to the people that are on your Facebook. Okay, so whatever's important to you, make sure that you are feeding your own Facebook and feeding your community and not trying to sell to them all the time. Okay, so go live on your Facebook and press some garlic, but don't tell them how much it costs. Just tell them that you're making something that needs garlic. Okay, so constantly selling to your like main Facebook community, it will probably get you blocked over there. So try to just be a normal human. Let people get to know you. Okay, all right. And if you don't like them, you can always block them. So, all right, you can still message people who have responded to you in Messenger if they've responded with words. Okay, if they like your post, you can't respond to them if you're blocked. But if they put thank you or ooh, what's that? Or they give you a big thumbs up, like an actual thumbs up, not the like I liked your post thumbs up, you can still message them in a lot of cases. So what I do is I go through my everyone wins messages and I go through my birthday messages, and then I go as long as I can with sending messages, and then I do my responses to things once I get blocked, because I know that my timestamp changes based on when I get blocked. If you are blocked in all the ways, which has happened to everybody, get your host involved. All right, that's something that we used to do all the time, was we would really partner up with our host, and we would post it in our parties that, our host only has one booking and they need 3 bookings. And that's something that, we just haven't done as much recently, or I haven't done as much recently. But that is a great way to get all of those bonuses for your host. It's for your host. Tell your host they only have 1 booking. And then when they get 3, they get a $50 bonus when all 3 of those parties hit $200. Okay? So get your host involved. And then text people. All right, you have this phone, use it, okay? Use it. Nobody is bothered by you saying thank you for their order. Like, never. I would never turn someone away that was like, hey, Laura, thank you so much for buying a garlic press. I would be like, oh, this is nice. I have somebody I can call when I need something. Like, that's really cool. So spend the time to use text, even if you're not using Project Broadcast. Text message is very, very, very powerful and free. Okay, so round 4 is the wrap up. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read to you kindergarten style. So, cross your legs and sit crisscross applesauce. Okay, here we go. Don't stop messaging until you hit your booking goal. This is what fuels your business. It takes 80 to 100 messages on average to get 1 booking. Volume and consistency are everything. Using message categories like birthday messages, birthday message follow-ups. I never put birthday message FU. That just makes me giggle. But that's because I'm a middle school teacher. So follow-ups, I will put BM, which stands for funny things as well, but I just can't write FU. So new everyone wins messages and your everyone wins follow-ups. Not FUs. Okay. Track your work either in a spreadsheet or with pen and paper. It does not matter how you track. It's that you track. If you are not getting bookings, the first thing you need to do is track. Okay. If you're getting millions of bookings and you're not tracking, it sounds like it's working. Okay. But if you're not getting the bookings, you need to track and figure out what's happening. Okay. It gives you information. All right. And I'm going to tell you, like, straight up that, like, Donna Landy sat down with me this summer and she put the smack down because I had my spreadsheets and she's like, yeah, but you're not using them. Are you getting the bookings? I'm like, no. And then she's like, got to track. Okay. Start with your messages and stay on track and feed your algorithm with consistent activity. If your bookings slow down, go back to tracking and review your message habits. All right. Likely something happened. Set a daily booking goal, 1 if you're new, 2 if you're consistently getting bookings, and 3 to 5 if you want to blow up your schedule. Stay consistent. 1 hour a day can change everything. Don't be afraid to follow up, ask more questions, and overcome objections. Sometimes no just means not right now, and it's not personal. And if it is, you can block them. Okay? All right, you got this. Let's go get the booking.
Yeah, I love this. Oh, it's so cute. All right, give her a round of
Thank you.
applause. That was so cute. All right, what was your takeaway? Put it in the chat. Like maybe you learned a follow-up or you learned a new thing what do you need to do to get better at bookings? Put it in the chat because we want you all to have an amazing May. And all the bookings that you dream of and the money that you came here to make, right? So we want all that for you guys. So thank you again, Laura. That was so cute. You can train all the time with this cute little presentation. All right, friends, just a reminder again that there is a little extra dough bonus gift. So this is definitely the time. And the perfect timing for Laura's training to book that party a day or even every other day. Oh, I forgot. Let me go back. I forgot. I was like, wait, there's something else I wanted to share. Lori has a really great system and about bookings and messages that works for her really well too, and how she spreads it out. Lori, can you talk about that?
Yes. So, everybody's Facebook is individual to them. Like, it's not one size fits all. You get blocked if you do this or whatever. Some people get blocked for this. Some people get blocked for that. Some people never get blocked. Like, you just never know. Facebook is freaking moody. And so I was having an issue. I was sending out 35 messages all at once early in the morning. I would post like 6 to 8 stories before I did it, let that go for like 30 minutes, do my, 35 messages, and I would get that out. Then I got to the point where the 21st message I was getting blocked. And I've done it before where I've spread it out and done it, and I really don't. It's not my favorite way to do it in the world, but it is what it is. And I went, I love ChatGPT. I went to ChatGPT and I was like, hey, I need to send out more messages. Can you give me some ideas? And it did like deep research. It was searching in other languages. I was like, oh my gosh, chat, I love you. And it just kind of came out with like a little schedule for me. It was like start with 5 to 7 messages and then increase each day. And then I was like, all right, give me a schedule. So it gave me a schedule. So 7:30, 8:30 in the morning, I send out 10 messages. 12:30, I send out another 10 messages. At 5:30, I send out 10 more. 8:30 at night, I send out 10 more. So they're spread out throughout the day. But I will tell you, if you're not posting and doing stories, like you'll also get blocked. So I was like, oh, I don't have to post stories now that I'm doing this. So I'm not going to post stories. You guys aren't going to see my little French fries anymore, my little Frenchy dogs. And then guess what? I got blocked. And I was like, really? So, now I make sure I'm posting some stories, a couple of the dogs, like, whatever. And then I'm doing my spreading it out through the day. Facebook loves interaction. Facebook, like we've got to be doing things. And, also with the words, I think it was last week that are you have to be careful about on your profile. Make sure you're paying attention to those banned words. And if you've got chat, program it in there. If not, keep that list by you so that you don't use those words. Because you just want all sorts of interaction on your page. When you're doing the happy birthday messages, make sure you're clicking the little happy birthdays that post on their timeline. They'll start seeing you again. You'll start seeing their post again. And, maybe they want to buy something, but don't let these obstacles, we've got obstacles every day. Facebook is our biggest obstacle, but it's also where a lot of us make a lot of money, right? So just remember, figure it out. Like there's always a way around it. There's always a way to do something different. When you're blocked, there's always something else you can do, whether it's texting. I loved Laura's presentation. It was so cute. Like it was adorable, but there's always something that you can do if that's your goal. If it's not your priority, no worries, right? But if it's your priority to have a consistent income, to make sure that you make a certain amount each month, then don't let any obstacles, aka Facebook or whatever else it is, stop you in your tracks. You've got to be consistent. I really love it. The daily goals are amazing. When you don't go to bed until you've gotten your bookings, that'll change you. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to kind of warm up my account with stories and spreading it out throughout the day. I could never get past 35, but I'm at the point where I can do 40 new messages and I can do birthday messages. But like I said, I was getting blocked the last couple of days. I think it was because I wasn't doing stories. So I want to do that for a while before I start trying to increase it too. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, thank you, Lori. And what I love about the 10, 10, 10, 10 is that maybe you don't have time to sit here for 30 minutes and send 100 messages. Like set a timer. Like what are 4 pockets of time during the day that you're like, hey, every day at 7 a.m., I happen to have to go to the bathroom. That would be a great time, right? Or every day when I eat lunch at noon, I can take, and 10 minutes messages is not even 10 minutes. It's like 5, right? And I love how you can sprinkle it in just by setting these small little alarms or these small little goals. And, that's just what it takes. The story of the lesson here is that's what it takes. So you can complain all day long that you don't have bookings, but then when you say, Laura, I sent 10, oh my gosh, nobody want to have a party. Laura's going to be like, I know, because you only said 10, right? So it's good to know your numbers and it's good to track and know what it takes. But luckily, we don't have to leave our house. We don't even have to get dressed. You could send it from the couch. You could send it from the bathtub. You could send it from the bathroom. You could send it from the kitchen counter. Doesn't matter. We don't care. just send it. It's not hard, right? Just like Deneen said at the beginning. So now you know what it takes. So it's just a matter of asking yourself, okay, when am I going to make time for it? If it's important for me, right? So, all right. So again, you have your extra little dough. Don't forget that. We made some updates. Always get better. So last week we talked about shadow banning. So we said, okay, we need to update and make sure that all of the words on the calendar are shadow ban friendly or whatever. So you may have seen a lot of updates. We added new posts to the calendar. And if you are a director and above, even our Post My Party template got updated. I know you've been waiting for that. So lots of updates been happening here the last couple of days. So make sure, as always, just check the calendar every single day and you'll always have the latest update. So hopefully you're excited for that, for some new videos, some new wording, and some hopefully friendlier wording that Facebook prefers. Again, summer products launch tomorrow, except the kids box that launches June 1st. Okay, but get those summer products out and start using them. So before I do a little something about May, I'm just going to skip this real quick. We're going to go to conference and our conference testimony, because conference is around the corner and we want all of you guys there. Yes, even if you joined today, we want you at conference. So Paula, how was your conference experience last year?
Hi, everybody. Last year was my first conference experience. Was on the fence about going, but after going to the Roar retreat with met all the directors, it was really nice to meet everybody. So then when conference came, I was a little bit less apprehensive about going, just because I didn't really know anybody until retreat. But if you were on the fence, just jump right off and go. You know, everybody talks about the bullet train, the bullet train, the bullet train, the bullet. You know, we're actually practically like royalty there. I mean, people, they know your team. They walk by and they're like, "Oh, are you on Claudia's team? Are you on Claudia's team?" Yes, we are on Queen Claudia's team. Notice us, and they really do. And you know, I also felt like after sitting back and thinking about when Claudia asked me if I would talk, you can tell when we show up that we plan to be there and that there was a game plan in getting there and that everybody was on the same page getting there. You know, we got matching t-shirts, we got the lanyards. Claudia and all our executives, they go out of the way to make us feel comfortable at conference, to include us with all the extras they do for you. And, you know, you really know if you're not sure if you're part of a good team, when you get there, you absolutely know it there, because honest, it's like people stop you and say, "Oh, Claudia's team. Oh, are you on the bullet train? Read my shirt. Yes, I am. I am on the bullet train." But when you get there, the training is amazing. The camaraderie with your team members and even people you don't know that you meet on other teams is just fun to meet other people, networking with other people. Getting to see firsthand the new products coming out was a great, I think, benefit. We also got to do like the little videos. So if you're not, if you're not like one big on videos, it's a nice way to like get in front of the camera and get comfortable with them. Also meeting, the executive office, the home office people that, we see every once in a while on training or stuff, they're with us. They're not just on the stage and they leave. They're at the events. They come up and speak to you. They take pictures with you. They come to the suites to meet the people on the team. It was just one of the best experiences I think I've ever been to. So if you're not sure if you should go, I'm telling you right now, you should. If you've never flown before, it'll be fine. You'll get there. It'll be fine. People will help you. I just think if you want to really feel what it's like to be part of this team, conference is the best way to do it. You get to meet, like I said, friends that you've known and meet with them and hang out with them. But I think the biggest part of it is to go there and experience conference with your team, because we are one team with one mission. And I think that was very clear last year when we started our chant, "We are one," after they took the big grand sweep of everything. But you will not regret one penny. So if you're not sure if you can do it, find a way. You will not regret it, and you get the free products. If you show in person, you get more. But it's it is really one of the best things you'll ever do for yourself and your career. And the motivation you will get from it is, like nothing else you can ever get. And don't talk about our systems because nobody else knows when we're there. It's shh, shh, gotta be quiet. That's a big secret. That's why we're number one. But really, everybody, if you're not sure, just sign up and go. And the Sparkle event will be just as wonderful as the boat experience was last year. It was a great way as a team. You also get to meet like a lot of Donna's team members too. So, we are one, but it's nice to get to meet them when we do the dual trainings and stuff. It's nice to get to meet all her team because we are two different teams, but truly when we're together, it's we're like a gang. We're everywhere. There's so many of us there. So, jump off the fence and just go. You will not regret it.
Yeah. So who's on the fence? Reach out to your upline, your sideline. We would love to have you. Here's the registration, all the information that you need, and you can just go into your back office. Once you are registered, please reach out to your executive, your director. We have a special Telegram chat where everybody's finding roomies, who's doing this, who's driving, picking that person up. It's a wild chat, but it's fun, and we're trying to keep everyone organized. Try really hard, although I know we're a lot of people, but we're working on making sure we're all organized. So it's not too late to register, and it's not too late to make it happen, right? So, all right. So let's talk about May, because in like 4 hours or so, 3-4 hours, depending on your time zone, it is May. And sorry for the millennials, it's gonna be May, right? So anyways, if you haven't posted that meme yet, you should. That's always the one. But anyways, it is time to, first of all, there's going to be lots of things coming tomorrow. So it's definitely one of those exciting months. But we want to make sure that we make May matter, that we make May amazing. Because what you do in May, you want to have, and I know we're going to keep preaching about the summer business. We're never going to stop talking about it, because not to give you guys a low here, but half of you guys are going to decide to take the summer off. And then you're going to be like, oh, I'll just come back in September. Maybe if you get back to it, then it's going to take you another 30 days to get your business going. So we want you all here. We want you all successful. But May is full of opportunities, but also full of distractions, right? You have Mother's Day, you have graduations. Who's got like seniors, right? Graduating. I know Laura has a senior, end of school, gifting, outdoor hosting. We're opening up the barbecue. We're having people. We're inviting people into your pool. We're going out to grill. We're going camping. So it's full of opportunities, but also full of distractions, right? So the question isn't, will I be busy or will it be best busy? The question is, am I going to let busy become an excuse, or will I find a way to still make it happen, right? You heard Denine's story too. Got lots of stuff going on, but she always found a way to make it happen, right? And the truth of the matter is that you don't need more time necessarily. You just need more clarity, okay? Because we all always say everyone has the same 24 hours, right? Laura, just like busy teacher, and a senior in high school, and she still sold $11,000 last month, right? The most successful consultants aren't less busy than you. They've just learned how to protect the things that are important to them, right? And I just keep going back to Laura because she is a full-time worker. She does have a son in senior, and she's making it work. And at the same time, there's a full-time worker on our team that has the same life happening, and she or he is not making it happen. What's the difference? Them and their priorities, right? So ask yourself, what is something that you need to do each week to move your business forward, no matter how busy your life gets? What is like your number one priority? What is your number one priority, no matter how busy your life gets, to run a successful, consistent business, no matter what? Victoria, jackpot, demons, right? Ding, 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 ding. All right, so here's some very quick tips to make sure your May is amazing and you make your May matter. Number one, schedule your non-negotiable. All right. Use this calendar. Use these top 3 to 5 income producing activities that are on the calendar every single day and treat them like appointments. Like, have you ever looked at the calendar and treated it like an appointment you made to go to the doctor's office, right? So doing all the things on the calendar. Schedule your non-negotiables. When are you going to do them? Can you do them all at once? Do you need to split them up? I don't know. You decide, okay? And don't let life fill in the gaps before your business does. I always share the story, like, sometimes I have to say no to going to lunch with all the moms because I got stuff to do. Now, I could say yes every day and every week to volunteer at my son's school, but it's all about priorities, all right? So schedule your non-negotiables, number one. Number two, when life gets busy, work and figure out a way to work in short bursts, okay? Like 15 minutes, power hour, power minutes, right? Can outperform 2 hours of distracted multitasking, or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Like, have you ever just like set a time and said, how many messages can I send in 15 minutes without getting distracted? Like, you would be amazed how many messages you can send out. And every little power session, right? Write down power session. I'll just have a little power session with myself. Every little power session, you focus on something else. You're like, okay, let me do birthday messages. Let me do everyone's a winner. Let me do, I'll flip all my hearts. Let me just post a reel. Let me just get my hosts invited, right? But most importantly, set a timer because you can work really good in those short bursts of time. And number 3, protect your mind from May excuses, okay? Because busy is just a trap up here that we set in our mind. Every time you think, oh, I'll start after softball ends, I'll start after kids go to bed, I'll start after I clean my kitchen, I'll start after the next 212, I'll start after Sunday, I'll start after blah, 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 right? You lose momentum every single time. So instead of I'll start after, say, what's one small thing I can still do today, even if it's just 10 minutes? What is something that I can still do today, even if it's just 10 minutes? You'll feel so much better, friends. You'll feel so much better when you do, okay? So remember that you can't always control the month, but you can control the goals and the mission you set for May. So write down your 3 weekly business priorities for May. What are they? What are your 3 top priorities? Brenda says toilet time is the best. Hey, whatever works, friends. You're going to be on your phone anyway. You might as well make some money while you're doing your thing, okay? What are your top 3 business priorities? Bookings, selling, and recruiting. Yes. Make a schedule. Make it a priority. Don't call in sick on yourself. Booking, selling, and recruiting. Yes, right? Put them on a sticky note. Put them as your phone saver, whatever. And when life gets loud, when life gets busy, come back to your list and do the next right thing. When overwhelmed, when not sure where to go, do the next right thing. And that's right at the calendar. Just start at the top and work your way down, okay? So in May, we are promising ourselves we're not going to be chaotic. We're not going to lead with, we're not going to have chaos. We're going to really figure out how to lead with clarity and be crystal clear of what we want to accomplish in May. So are you committed to making May amazing? Yes. That's your secret word for the call. Amazing. Go message your recruiter, text your upline, put it in your group chat. May is going to be amazing, okay? That's all I can say for the next 4 hours. And the calendar will be updated either very late tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, specifically maybe some recruiting asks that may be on the calendar for tomorrow. So make May amazing, friends. Have a great rest of the last day of the month, and we'll see you all in May. Bye, everyone.